Everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host Doug here with your sports video blog for December 2nd, 2013. I got a great blog planned for you today. We'll talk some college football Saturday and a great Saturday. We'll go around the Shield. We'll talk about a big quarterback controversy, take a look at your wild card standings in the NFL, and also give you a look at my New York sports update. But first I want to get to college football Saturday. And first off, we'll start with a game not of great importance to most people, but to me it was a big win. Syracuse taking down Boston College at the Dome 34-31. Syracuse getting to 6-6 and becoming bowl eligible. Once again, they've gone to bowl games in 3 of their last 4 seasons. And in Scott Schaefer's first year, that's a big boost for him for sure. Terrell Hunt had a very solid game. Threw for over 270 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 90, which was very impressive as well. And this is just a good game for Terrell Hunt. He's going to come back next year with some experience under his belt. They get these 15 extra practices with the bowl season, and it's just big for Syracuse, big for the program, big for Scott Schaefer, and big for Terrell Hunt. So congratulations to the Syracuse Orange, my Syracuse Orange, for becoming bowl eligible on Saturday. Another big game, Ohio State versus Michigan. This game came down to a 2-point conversion, and it was exciting for sure. I don't blame Michigan for going for 2. They might as well go for 2 in that situation and just see what they can get done. I mean, there's no point in settling for a tie. You want to take down Ohio State when you can. You're not really playing for anything anyways, but Ohio State comes up with a big interception. And Ohio State played not very well at all. Braxton Miller attempted just 15 passes, threw for 133 yards. Carlos Hyde ran for 226. Braxton Miller also ran for 153. Total yards, though, given up by Ohio State was 603 yards. They gave up 451 passing yards to Devin Gardner, who's not a very good passer. He threw the ball effectively against this team. Jeremy Gallen, the 5'7" wide receiver, had 9 catches for 175 yards. And just a crazy game, a good one for Ohio State. We'll talk about Ohio State in a couple minutes with the BCS. But right now, let's talk about the game of the day, and really the play, could be the best play in college football history. Auburn, everybody knows it by now. Chris Davis returns a kick 109 yards off a missed field goal. People question whether Alabama should have kicked the field goal or threw the Hail Mary for overtime. I've heard a lot of statistics today. I think you can't go wrong. Nick Saban made the right decision going for the field goal. His defense, though, his kick coverage team just has to flank out, spread the field, and try and get a tackle, get a body on this guy. A great play, a play we'll probably never see happen again. A good win for Auburn. Auburn played better than Alabama all throughout the game. Alabama missed a lot of kicks, and Auburn really showed that they are a good team. They've gotten lucky a couple times this year, but they're going to get a big game against Missouri in the SEC title game. And this segues right into our BCS Top 5. The BCS Top 5 released last night. Florida State and Ohio State, the last 2 unbeatens at the top alone, besides Northern Illinois. Auburn, Alabama, and Missouri round out your top 5. It's going to be an Auburn-Missouri SEC title game. And really, I just want to start by saying I don't see any way Florida State gets booted out of the national title game unless we see Jameis Winston get arrested, get charged with this, if this sex assault crime comes out. That's the only way I see Florida State dropping out of there. Ohio State, though, on the other hand, if Auburn comes in and blows out Missouri and Ohio State plays bad against Michigan State, there's going to be a discussion. Ohio State's toughest non-conference game, probably against Buffalo, okay? And Buffalo didn't win many games, okay? So this is a tough call for a lot of BCS people. I don't know what to do. I mean, I think best case scenario for the BCS people, Ohio State loses to Michigan State, and Auburn beats Missouri, and Jameis Winston doesn't get charged. That's your best case scenario. You don't worry about a 1 loss over an unbeaten. An SEC team will still get into that top that national title game. That's your best case scenario right now. I can't put Ohio State into the national championship game unless they play good against Michigan State. If they play poorly against Michigan State, beat them by 3 or 4, Michigan State's played nobody anyways. This will be their first game against a top 25 team this year. They're only lost to a 4-loss Notre Dame team, which isn't a great team either. That's the only way I see it happening. Ohio State has to play good against Michigan State. If they don't play good, I can't put them in the title game. I put Auburn in the title game. Okay? So that's just what I'm going to say about that. We'll talk more BCS later on the week and into next week. But right now, it is time for my favorite segment of the entire weekend as we are about to go around the Shield in the NFL. And we'll start with the Sunday night game last night. Giants rally from 10 down in the fourth quarter to beat the Redskins 24-17. In Kansas City, Peyton Manning throws for 5 touchdowns, 4 to Eric Decker. Kansas City drives late. Incomplete pass to Dwayne Bowe ends it, and Denver wins 35-28. Cincinnati shuts down the rush attack of San Diego. A.J. Green catches a late touchdown pass. Cincinnati beats the Chargers 17-10. Atlanta up in Toronto, winning by a field goal over Buffalo 34-31 in overtime. San Francisco, Vernon Davis hurdles a man, catches a touchdown pass. San Francisco takes down St. Louis 23-13. One of the most exciting games of the week, Jacksonville against Cleveland. Josh Gordon goes over 200 yards for a second consecutive game. First time in NFL history a player has done that, but Jacksonville is too much for the Browns. Jacksonville wins 32-28. Adam Vinatieri kicks a career-high 5 field goals. Indianapolis beats Tennessee 22-14. Chicago loses inexplicably once again with some poor coaching late. Peterson goes over 250 yards rushing. Minnesota beats Chicago 23-20. Geno Smith gets benched. Matt Sims comes in, but Ryan Tannehill's too much. Dolphins take down the Jets 23-3. Philadelphia forces a late turnover. Nick Foles is still perfect, and the Eagles win 24-21. Carolina D shows up. Carolina extends its win streak to 8 straight games with a win over the Buccaneers 27-6. And finally, New England takes down Houston 34-31 on a late field goal by Gostowski. And that is around the Shield for you. I want to talk briefly about the Jets quarterback situation. The Jets are possibly made a quarterback switch. I think they should keep Geno Smith in there. Geno Smith, of course, got pulled out after having just 49 passing yards in the first half of the game yesterday against the Dolphins. Geno comes out. They got more quarterback problems. Look for them to pick up a quarterback in the draft. I don't think Geno's the answer. We'll see what they do, but I don't think Geno's going to start the rest of the year. I think they should have went with David Garrard. Garrard has playoff experience. He could have got him a win yesterday. Just my take on that, but just a messy situation there for the Jets. And now we're going to take a brief look at the NFL and the NFL wildcard standings for you. First, we'll go to the NFC. The NFC right now, Seattle and New Orleans, they go at it tonight. Detroit, Dallas, and San Francisco right now is in that final playoff spot at 8-4. Teams behind them, Philly, Arizona, Chicago, Green Bay, the Giants, they're all within 2.5 games of the lead. It's going to be a logjam, but I think San Francisco has enough. San Francisco will get it done and win that wild card spot. And in the AFC, let's take a look at the AFC standings. 6-6, Baltimore 6-6, Miami. I think Miami is going to be better down the stretch. I think Miami will get it done. Baltimore is playing better, but they have not beat very many good teams. I got Miami taking the final wild card spot in the AFC. Monday Night Football pick, I'm taking the Seahawks at home. They have not lost at home since Russell Wilson took over. I think they'll get it done. Too many weapons. Drew Brees will struggle away from home, and I'll take Seattle as a winner, 27-17. All right, now finally my New York sports update. Syracuse Orange Hoops will tip tomorrow night at the Dome, 7:15 against Indiana. But watch out for some jet lag. They could struggle coming back from Hawaii. I think they're going to be okay. I think the Orange will get it done and move to 8-0. Knicks and Nets are in trouble, and more bad news for the Nets as Paul Pierce has broken his hand. He'll miss 2 to 4 weeks. Knicks are 3-13, and the Knicks are just flat out struggling. Knicks will next be in action. Oh, that's good. They're going toe-to-toe Thursday at the Barclays Center at 7 o'clock. Knicks and Nets, 3-13 against 5-12. What a bloodbath is that game going to be? Oh, my goodness. And finally, the Yankees have traded Chris Stewart for cash considerations or a player to be named to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Chris Stewart was their backup catcher last year. He batted .217 in a career-high 340 plate appearances. All right, so Wednesday I'll be back with my Week 13 NFL awards. We'll talk Heisman and the most wide-open race, and as long as I can remember. We'll also do some NBA and some college hoops. Follow me on Twitter, YankeeBaller415. Comment, question, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. I will be back on Wednesday. Have a good day and a good Monday. We'll see you then.